Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1988 season is on the air. Today's date is July 20th, 1988. We are at Milwaukee County Stadium for a big American League matchup between the Kansas City Royals and the Milwaukee Brewers. The Royals come into this game a record of 47-46. They are right now one game above 500. They are in third place in the American League West. The Minnesota Twins are in second. The Oakland Athletics, of course, lead that division by about 6 games. The Milwaukee Brewers at this moment are tied for third with the Toronto Blue Jays in the American League East. So this game tonight does have some importance for these two teams, as we are all set and ready to play a big game of baseball. One note from last night's game between the Reds and the Expos. On the throw home, I actually did roll a 4 on the throw home, and the runner was out, and I thought it was a 1, so I made a mistake there. It didn't matter. It would have been thrown out, and it wasn't out. So I actually did make the right call in the original game. For those of you who wondered if I really did blow it, I actually didn't. I just thought I did. But hey, mistakes are made. Brian B., David Vega, and Brian Patterson join us here at County Stadium. Kansas City historically won this game. They shut out the Brewers 4-0. The Royals had 8 hits. The Brewers had 5 hits. There were no errors in the game in real life. But we will find out and see what Inside Pitch has to say tonight. So, a big American League matchup. Let's see what we get tonight in tonight's ball game, as Albert Price now joins us here at County Stadium. Let's get started. Starting pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers in this game was Teddy Higuera. Had a very good year in '88. 16 wins, 9 losses, a 2.45 ERA. Higuera was one of the better pitchers that year. An excellent season for him. And he was actually the Brewer ace, as Steeler fan now joins us here at County Stadium. So we are all set and ready to go. The Royals will take on the Brewers tonight. Let's go to the top of the first, and let's see what Inside Pitch has to say. Leading off for the Royals will be the center fielder, Willie Wilson, 262 average, a homer, and 37 RBIs in '88. We're going to use powder blue, white, and yellow dice. Brewers are the home team. We are all set to play some Monday Night Baseball. 3-1, strikeout 12, and he got him. He'll get Wilson on a K. And Higuera, very good in strikeouts. He had 192 of them that year. County Stadium subtracts 1 from strikeouts and 3 from walks. But against the lefty, Wilson's a 17, and he'll get struck out there to start the game. Next batter will be the shortstop, Bill Pacoda, 208 average, a homer, 15 RBIs. Played about half the games for the Royals that year. Higuera, 2-3, strikeout 18. That is high. Pacoda, 1-1. That's a fly ball hit to center, and that will be caught by some bum named Yount, and that's out number 2. Now we'll see the third baseman, Kevin Seitzer, who a lot of people were probably walking a Hall of Fame path, didn't quite get there, but he was a solid player. 304 average, 5 homers, 60 RBIs in '88. Higuera with the pitch. 4-6, and against the righty, that's going to be an out, and it's a grounder to second, handled easily by Gantner, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Higuera. We go to the bottom of the first here. Starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals in this game was Charlie Leibrandt. 13 wins, 12 losses, a 3.19 ERA. I guess he didn't get much run support that year. A 3.19 ERA is pretty darn good, and he had 12 losses. So didn't get much run support when he pitched. But Leibrandt gets the call tonight, and let's see what we have as we go to the bottom of the first. Leading off for the Brewers, their designated hitter, Hall of Famer, Paul Molitor, one of the best ever. 312 average, 13 homers, 60 RBIs. Molly was a machine. Leibrandt, 3-2, hit by pitch. That 18 is going to be high. Molitor, 4-3, and he leads off with a single into right field. So Molly gets to first. Infield goes to double play depth. Next batter will be the second baseman, Jim Gantner. Solid player for the Brewers. 276 average, 47 RBIs. Gantner, I might put him in the Hall of the Very Good. He was a very underrated in Brewer history. That's a 16. Gantner gets the bunt sign, but he'll swing away. Leibrandt with the pitch. 5-2, wild pitch. And that 12 is too high, ball one. Leibrandt, 1-3, that's at the park. County Stadium, 6-1, and that's a grounder to second base. 1-1-2. Shortstop, Pacoda, 0, pivot, 1-2. They won't get the double play. The only play is to first on the 6. So the throw goes to first to get the out. Molitor goes to second. On the grounder grounder there to short. One down, infield back. Next batter is the left fielder, Jeffrey Leonard. 242 average, 10 homers, 64 RBIs. Let's see what Leonard has here. Strategy roll. That is a 3, and Molitor not going anywhere. Leibrandt with the pitch. Leibrandt, 3-1 against a righty. Home run result against a lefty. Leonard needs a 9. The 18 is high. 5-4, and instead he grounds it to short. Taken care of there by Pacoda. Throw goes to first. Molly will make it to third. So Leonard gets a fat pitch, but he can't do anything with it. But the runner does go to third base. The Brewers got shut out in this game historically, and Leonard almost gave us a new game. Here comes another Hall of Famer. No, it's not Scott Rowland. Center fielder, Robin Yount. And he was a man. 306 average, 13 homers, 91 RBIs. Infield is back. Nothing on the 17. Molitor stays where he is. Leibrandt with the pitch. 2-4, range play. Yount, 3-2. That's a single past second base, but it's a range play for Wellman. His range is a 3. That is a 4. It'll get past him for a base hit, and the Brewers will be first on the board. And it is 1-0 in favor of the Brew Crew. So we have a new game automatically right there on an RBI single by Yount. Next up will be the shortstop, Dale Swaim. Great baseball name. 242 average, 9 homers, 51 RBIs. Yount had 22 stolen bases. He'll stay put. Leibrandt, 6-6, blank. Swaim, 2-6. That's a fly hit to left. And it's going to be Jackson getting to that. And he will make the catch and end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. Brewers jump out quickly, 1-0 here on the Royals. Brewers tied for third right now in the American League East. The Royals are in third in the American League West. They have at the moment, they are 1 game ahead of the Angels, but the Angels, however, are under 500. Remember, you must be over 500. You must be in the top 3 in the division, but you must have a winning record. A losing record or 500, you will not make the postseason, and the playoffs will be modified. We go to the top of the second, and coming up to bat will be this guy, first baseman, Mr. George Brett. That's a real Hall of Famer, not Scott Rowland. 306 average, 24 homers, 103 RBIs. Higuera will pitch. 4-1, that's a blank. Brett, 1-5, and he hits one to left field. That is a 1, and against the lefty, that's going to be a single. So Brett leads off with a base hit. Royals will now send up right fielder Danny Tartabull, 274 average, 26 homers, 102 RBIs. Lousy in the field, but pretty strong at the plate. Infield double play. D. Scott Howard, the Goat Whisperer, joins us here at County Stadium. Strategy, that is a 5. Brett not going. Higuera, 6-2, range play. Tartabull, 1-3. That's a base hit to left field, but it's a range play for Leonard. His range is a 2. That is a 5. That will be a single into left field. Brett does not have. Let's see if Brett, single to left. Brett, 2. Single to left. -2 is a 0. He's not going to go anywhere, and he will just have to hold it second as the throw comes in pretty quick. The Royals are now in business with nobody out in the top of the second. Here comes the Kansas City designated hitter, Frank White, a 235 average, 8 homers, 58 RBIs. Poor Scott, every night around now, his ears start burning. He has no idea why. He knows why. He knows he don't belong in the Hall of Fame. Strategy roll, that's a 5, no play. Higuera already in a bit of a jam here on the top of the second. Higuera, 3-4, wild pitch, that's ball 1. Higuera actually had no wild pitches that year, but a pass ball or 2. Higuera, 6-4 against the righty, that is a blank. White, 1-5, and that's a fly to right field. And that's going to be caught by Hamilton for out number 1. And Brett, the only way he can get to third is on a 1. And he does make it. It's deep enough. And Brett will go to third. It was deep. And Brett gets to third base. So a fly to right, as Hamilton doesn't have any extra arm ability. So Brett easily makes it. But that is the out. He is not a Hall of Famer, but he is one of the best pro athletes in United States history. Left fielder Bo Jackson, 246 average, 25 homers, 68 RBIs in 88. As I said, he's not a Hall of Famer, but he is one of the best athletes ever. Brett on it third, Tartabull on it first. They're going to call the infield in here. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 4. Nope. Nothing. No, but there'll be no play. Higuera will pitch. Higuera, 1-3, strikeout 10, and he gets Jackson. Struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Higuera. A big K on Jackson. And here comes the catcher, Mike McFarland, 265 average, 4 homers, 26 RBIs in 88. Anything on Strat? That's a 19. No. McFarland's not bunting with 2 outs. And Higuera trying to get out of this here. Scott Rowland checks. No. Steeler fan, give yourself the block dragon. Higuera with the pitch. 4-3, strikeout 14. That's high. McFarland, 6-2, and it's a grounder to second base. They'll get out of it. Gantner will handle it, toss it over to first, and end the inning. No runs on 2 hits for the Royals as they failed to get anybody in. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. Bo could have played any sport at the professional level, except for hockey. Except for hockey. Hockey was one game he could not play. Hockey was one game that he could not play, according to Wayne Gretzky in the commercial. But everything else, yeah, he knew baseball, he knew football, and yes, he knew basketball. I don't think he knew tennis either, though. Bottom of the second inning, leading off for the Brew Crew will be the first baseman, Joey Meyer, 263 average, 11 homers, 45 RBIs. Leibrandt will pitch. 4-3, blank. Meyer, 1-1, grounder to second base. That'll get taken care of by Wellman. 1 down. Brewers catcher is next up, Bill Schroeder, a 156 average, 5 homers, 10 RBIs. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Leibrandt, 1-5 against the righty. Strikeout. The 15 will get Schroeder. Struck him out. First strikeout for Leibrandt. He had 125 of them in 88. 2 down. No time to wallow in the mire. Bo would have been a hell of a curler. Yes, he would have been, Mr. Howard. Yes, he would have been. Next up will be Darryl Hamilton. He is in right field for this game. A 184 average, a homer, 11 RBIs. I should say a young Darryl Hamilton. Leibrandt with the pitch. 3-6, blank. Hamilton. 5-6. And he gets a base hit. That's going to be a single past second. And a guy with the 184 average will keep the inning going. The Brewers will now bring up third baseman Juan Castillo, a 222 average, no homers, 2 RBIs. He is at third for tonight's game. Hamilton had 7 stolen bases. That is a 5, and he gets the steal sign, 14-0, and McFarland +1 is a 15. 75% chance. I'll take it. Hamilton on his way to second. 1-15, he gets there, and it could be an error, as that's McFarland. His error rating is a 3, and he will not make an error, but Hamilton will steal second base. Nice play there by Pacoda to prevent the ball going out there. That's a stolen base for Hamilton. First of many that he'll have in his career. Hamilton now on at second. Nothing going this time. Doug Hunt joins us here at County Stadium. Leibrandt with the pitch. 1-1. Range play at the park. County Stadium, 5-3. Grounder to second base. That ball is at the Wellman. His range is a 3. That is a 6. It'll be a base hit. Hamilton, base runner 4 with 2 outs. That's going to be good enough. The steal will help the Brewers, and it's going to be an RBI single by Castillo. It's 2-0. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI single by Castillo puts the Brewers ahead now 2-0. And yes, spring training is getting here. I'll be going to 2 baseball games next week. Next batter is Molly. Molly is 1 for 1. Castillo had 2 stolen bases. That is a 2. He gets the steal sign. He's got a 20. And I'm going to send him. Castillo's going to try to steal. The only way he's out is on a 20. And he's safe easily. So Castillo does get the steal sign as he gets there. And Castillo now on at second. And nothing happening this time. So now another stolen base on Leibrandt. Leibrandt with the pitch. 2-2, strikeout, 19 is high. Molly, 2-5, and that's a single past third. That will be a base hit. It will not score Castillo. He will hold at third as he does not have the speed, but the inning continues. Molly has his second hit of the game. A chance now for Gantner. Gantner 0 for 1. Strat coming up. That's a 20. Leibrandt's going to fire to try to get Muller. That's a 10, and he got him easily. Picked him right off. Picks off Muller at first, side retired. Leibrandt, very good at picking off runners that year. And he gets Muller easily, and that will end the inning. So 1 run on 3 hits and a couple of stolen bases. Brewers probably should have gotten more than that, but Molly picked off there by Leibrandt. And it is 2-0 here after 2. It's going to be very interesting to see the inside pitch cards for the 2023 baseball season. I don't know how Chris Davis is going to factor in the new bulk rule and the pickoff rule and all that. And I think pickoffs are going to be very rare. This rating here is going to be a lot different in 2023. And the pitch clock. We're going to see some of that. I don't know how he's going to institute. I don't know how he institutes that. I don't know how he institutes the pitch clock. The only thing I could think of for the pitch clock, he'll have to actually create a rare play where the pitcher pitches before, does not make a pitch for the pitch clock. It's an automatic ball, and then the batter gets an automatic strike or something. I don't know how we'll do the pitch clock. Top of the third, 2-0 here. Higuera back on the mound. Leading off for KC will be Brad Wellman. He's at second base tonight. 271 average, a homer and 6 RBIs. Chris DeMello joins us here at County Stadium. Have ever played teams of different seasons against one another, such as an all-time great teams matchup? No, I have not. That is something I plan to do, but when, I don't know. Maybe an all-time tournament with the World Series winners from the seasons I've done. So I do not know when that will occur. That is something very far down the line, maybe a few years still. I am considering the idea. Some 81 Astro team would win it all. Higuera will pitch. 5-3. Walk plus, ball 4. Wellman will trot to first. Higuera had 55 walks, but he does walk Wellman. First walk given up by Higuera. Infield double play. And now the batter is Wilson. He's 0 for 1. Wellman did have a stolen base. He's not going. Higuera will go ahead and pitch. Higuera, 6-6. Range play at the park. County Stadium, 4-3. And that's a fly ball to center. That ball is hit to Yount. His range is a 3. That is a 6. And that's going to be a single for Wilson as he hits it in front of Yount. And Yount will have to take it on the hop. Base runner 2. Single to center, -1. The only way Wellman gets the third is on a 1. And that is a 6. There could be an out. Yount throws the ball in. A 1-3. There could be an out. And that is a 4. Wellman will get back to second base as it comes in pretty fast. But now the Royals got something going on here. So runners at first and second. The batter is Pacoda. Pacoda is 0 for 1. Infield still a double play depth. Brewers lead 2-0 here on the top of the third. Anything on Strat? The 11 says no. Higuera, 1-3. Strikeout 4. He got Pacoda. That's a big K. That's strikeout number 3 for Higuera. Next up is Seitzer. Seitzer is 0 for 1. Strat, nothing on the 9. The Kansas City runners are staying on base. Higuera will make the pitch to Seitzer. Higuera, 5-1 against a righty. That is blank. Seitzer, 5-5. That's gonna be a single past second to base hit. Wellman's got the speed of a base runner 2. He will score. Wilson, base runner 4. He's got the speed. He'll get to third. It's an RBI single by Seitzer. Royals on the board, 2-1. Seitzer gets the Royals on there. And now runners at the corners and 1 out. And here is Brett. Brett got a base hit his first time up. They're going to stay at double play depth and try to turn the 2 here. Runners at the corners. Strat. That is a 19. Brett is not bunting. Higuera will go ahead and pitch. Higuera, 2-3. Strikeout. He got Brett. Struck him out. And it's a cold strike 3. And Brett can't believe it. 5 minus 1 is 4. That is a 4. And he got Brett. Brett thought that ball was high. The umpire says, no, you're high. You're on drugs. You're also out. Go to the bench. 2 down. Big strikeout by Higuera. And now it'll be up to Tartable to see if he can get the runs in. He's 1 for 1. Anything on Strat? The 8 says no. Wilson on at third. Seitzer on at first. Higuera, 6-6. Range play at the park. County Stadium, 1-3. Ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Castillo. His range is a 3. That is a 2. Nice play by Castillo. He's going to get it and throw to first to get Tartable and retire the side. That saved a run, at least 1 run on 2 hits. The Royals are on the board. It's now 2-1. As a nice play by Juan Castillo to save a run there. Bottom of the third coming up. For the Brewers will be Jeffrey Leonard. And he's 0 for Jeffrey Leonard. No, I'm sorry. Will be Jim Gantner. Gantner leads off. He's 0 for 1. Gantner was the batter when Molitor was picked off at first base. Leibrandt, 4-3. That's a blank. Gantner, 6-3. And that's hit to left field. That's a hit to left. That's a 16. And against the lefty, it's going to be too high. And getting over there will be Bo Jackson. And he'll make the catch for out number 1 as Gantner got under it. Now Leonard will bat. He's 0 for 1. Legend Sports Universe joins us here at County Stadium. Leibrandt, 2-2, strikeout 8, swing and a miss, strikeout, 2 down. Second strikeout for Leibrandt. Yount is next. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit. Leibrandt sets up with the pitch. Leibrandt, 3-4. Pitcher result, righty 1-4 is an out. The 18 is high. Yount 1-4, and he popped it up. That's going to be a pop out to second, and it will be Wellman getting to it and putting it away. Nice job by Charlie Leibrandt on a 1-2-3 inning on the Brew Crew. 2-1, though, still in favor of Milwaukee. And, of course, Milwaukee was the setting for Laverne and Shirley. Rest in peace, Cindy Williams, and, of course, Peggy Marshall. Peggy Marshall died a while ago, several years ago. Cindy Williams recently passed away. Top of the 4th, 2-1 here. Leading off for the Crown Royals will be Frank White. He's 0 for 1. Higuera with the pitch. 3-2. Pitcher result, that 7's going to be high. White, 5-4. That's grounded to first. It will be handled by Meyer. He'll take it himself. Here's Bo. Bo is 0 for 1. Higuera. And yes, rest in peace, Raquel Welch. 6-5, strikeout 13, Bo Jackson. Anytime he came up to bat against the lefty, he usually struck out. And that is another strikeout on Jackson. 5th strikeout for Higuera, 2 down. As Bo swings it, nothing but air. He was way ahead of that pitch. The bat was already across the plate. The ball didn't get there yet. Here's McFarland. McFarland 0 for 1. And Stella Stevens recently passed away. That is correct. She was before my time, though. Higuera with the pitch. 5-4. Against the righty. That's an out. And that's a fly to right. It will be Hamilton getting over there. And he'll put it away for the out. 1, 2, 3, go the Royals. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Leibrandt back on the mound. Dale Swaim leads off. He's 0 for 1. Leibrandt sets up. 3-6. That is a blank. Swaim, 5-6. That's a ground ball to short, handled easily by Pacoda. Meyer comes up next. He's 0 for 1. Leibrandt with the deal. 5-3, strikeout, 17. Nope, that's too high. Meyer, 4-6, and Meyer comes through. He hits one into center field. That's going to bounce off the wall, and Meyer's going to have a double. Nice hit by Meyer as the Brewers get another runner at second base. Bob's Tabletop Sports joins us here at County Stadium. Schroeder is next. He's 0 for 1. Infield is back. Nothing on the 15. Meyer stays at second. Leibrandt with the pitch. 4-1. Possible error. Schrader. 2-4. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Pacoda. His error rating is a 6. That's a 4. He picks it up. Bobbles it. Picks it. Tries to hold on to it, but he can't. And that's going to be an error on Pacoda. Pacoda's going to make an error, and he's not going to be able to do anything with it. And that is an E6. And that is the first error on the Royals. They did not have an error in this game historically, but that allows the runners to move up. as Pacoda makes an error at short. Will now give a chance to Hamilton. Infield will go will go in corners, will go into infield in. Hamilton got a base hit, stolen bases last time up. Strategy roll, that's a 6. Schrader stays put. Leibrandt can't believe it. There should be 2 outs in this inning. Leibrandt will deal 2-6. That's a blank. Hamilton, 3-1. A ground ball to third base. Meyer has no chance to score. The throw's going to go to first automatically for out number 2. And Schroeder will go to second. The infield was in, not a double play def, so I did mark it there. Forgot to do that. But the infield was in, so no chance of a regular double play. But the throw goes to first to get the out. There are now 2 down, as Meyer had no chance to come in. But the runner does advance. Next batter is Castillo. Castillo had an RBI single his last time up. That is a 20. Leibrandt, very good at picking off runners. He throws to the catcher. The catcher throws to third to get Meyer. Got him, picked him off. Holy cow, Leibrandt picks off another guy. That's a 13. Pickoff is 5-15. Meyer is on at third. Leibrandt made a pitch to McFarland. McFarland guns down to third and gets Meyer. Side retired. Second time the Brewers are picked off with runners on base. No runs, 1 hit and an error, as Leibrandt has a very good move, and right now the Brewers just can't believe that they got 2 pickoffs. And that retires the side. Still 2-1 now after 4, as Leibrandt is picking off runners. Second pickoff of the game for Leibrandt. We go to the top of the 5th. Brad Wellman leads off for the Royals. He walked his first time up. Higuera, he will set up. 1-5, error on a throw. Wellman, 6-4. That's a fly out. Fly out to center, and it will be handled by Yount. One down, here comes Wilson. Wilson 1 for 2 was single last time up. Higuera with the pitch. 6-2, range play. Wilson, 6-4. That's a single into center field. It's a range play for Robin Yount. His range is a 3. That is a 5. He won't get it. He'll take it on the hop, and Wilson will be safe at first on a base hit. Wilson's second hit of the game. It'll bring up Pacoda. Pacoda 0 for 2, infield double play. Wilson 35 stolen bases. That is an 8, and he does not get the steal sign. And no hit and run either. Higuera will pitch to Pacoda. Higuera, 3-6. That's against a righty. That's going to be an out. And that's a fly to left. And Leonard will get to it, out number 2. 2 outs. Seitzer is next. He's 1 for 2. Wilson still on at first. And again, he doesn't get the steal sign. He stays put. Higuera will pitch to Seitzer. Good game so far here. Higuera, 3-3, strikeout 11. That is high. Seitzer, 6-1, and it's a fly ball hit the center. This time, Yount will have no problem with it. And he will make the catch. No runs and a hit. Runner stranded, 2-1, going into the bottom of the 5th. And a good matchup here between the Royals and the Brewers. Royals right now are in 3rd in the AL West. Brewers are tied for 3rd in the AL East with the Blue Jays. The Yankees and the Tigers are atop there, and of course Oakland has a good 6-game lead on the American League West. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Juan Castillo leads off, and he's 1 for 1, got a base hit his first time up. Leibrandt, he will pitch. 5-6 against the switch right. Strikeout. The 18 is high. Castillo, 5-2, and he hits one to right field. Tartable will grab it. Here's Molly. Molly 2 for 2, 2 singles. Leibrandt, 3-2. Hit by pitch. No, the 3, believe it or not, the 3 is too high. Molitor, 4-6. This time he flies out to left. And that's going to be Bo Jackson making a play. Next up is Gantner. Gantner 0 for 2. Leibrandt sets up. 6-5 against the lefty. That's a blank. Gantner, 4-4, and that's a base hit. It'll be a single into right field. Gantner will hold there. That's the first hit of the game for Gantner. And that keeps the inning alive for Leonard. Leonard 0 for 2. Gantner had 20 stolen bases, and he does not get the steal sign, so he will stay put. Leibrandt will pitch. Leibrandt 1-1, range play at the park. County Stadium 1-2, ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Pacoda. His range is a 3. That is a 3. Nice play by Pacoda. He'll take the short way, get Gantner on in second. And the side is retired. No runs and a hit for the Brewers. They still have a 2-1 lead here after 5. Sixth inning coming up. Mr. George Brett leads off. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Higuera makes the deal. 3-6 against the lefty. That's a blank. Brett, 5-3, and it's grounded to second base, and Gantner will handle it. One down for Tartable. Tartable 1 for 2 with a single. Higuera, 4-3, strikeout 6. Yep, got him there. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's strikeout number 6 for Higuera. On a nice fastball, the Tartable really just swung a little bit too late. White is next. He's 0 for 2. Higuera makes the pitch. 4-1. That's a blank. He's not tired. White, 2-3, and that's a single. It'll be hitting to center field. White keeps being alive with a 2-out base hit. Lots of 2-out base hits so far in this matchup. But now a chance for Jackson. Jackson is 0 for 2. White had 7 stolen bases that year. He'll stay put. Higuera looking in on Bo. Bo definitely knows a lot. Higuera, 1-6, strikeout, and Bo definitely knows strikeouts. That's an 11, and he swings at high cheese, and the inning is over. 7th strikeout for Higuera. No runs and a hit for the Royals. Still 2-1 Brew Crew. Bo knows baseball, but he also knows strikeouts. A lot of them. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Fast-moving game so far. Batman and Robin Yount will lead off, and he is 1 for 2. 2-1 Brewers. Leibrandt, both pitchers actually are still pretty strong, although Higuera losing a little bit of potency. Leibrandt with the pitch. 1-1, range play at the park. County Stadium, 2-3. Ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Pacoda. His range is a 3. That is a 4. It will be past him and a base hit. Holy base hit, Batman, as Robin Yount will take the first. Here comes Swaim. Swaim is 0 for 2. Hit one out of the almost on out of the kingdom one night. Yeah, might have gone through the roof. Infield double play. Yount at 22 stolen bases. That's a 16. He won't go anywhere. Milwaukee being very careful with Leibrandt. He's picked off 2 base runners tonight. Leibrandt, 4-4. Home run chance. Switch right. 1-6. The 15 is high. Swaim. 5-1. He grounds it to second base. 2-2-3. Shortstop. Pacoda 0 pivot. 1-3. They got it. 2 outs. Pacoda grounds out into the 4-6-3 and erases any early rally there. 2 outs now for Meyer. Meyer got a double his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Leibrandt, he will pitch. 4-3, that's a blank. Meyer, 6-4, and that's grounded to second base, and that'll be taken care of by Wellman. Wellman takes his time, tosses it over, and retires a side. No runs on 1 hit. Both these teams are getting base runners, but they're not getting many across. 2-1 Brew Crew after 6. Coming up is the 7th inning. Higuera can pitch to 4 more before fatigue. Mike McFarland will lead off. He's 0 for 2. Higuera, he will pitch. 1-4, error on a grounder. McFarland, 5-4. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to first. And that ball is hit to Meyer. His error rating is a 7. That is a 7. He's not going to be able to handle it. And McFarland's going to make it to first base. And that's going to be an error on Meyer. So an E3 on an error on a grounder. First error on the Brewers in this game. They also did not have any errors historically. But McFarland will make it to first as Higuera can't believe. It was a tough play for Meyer, but he does not handle it well. Here's Wellman. Wellman 0 for 1 with a walk. Infield double play. McFarland had no stolen bases. Strategy roll anyway. That is a 9. Higuera does also have some light pickoff ability, but he balked more than he picked off. Higuera, 5-2. That's at the park. County Stadium, 1-3. Grounder to third. 2-2-3. Second base, Gantner pivot 0, 1-3, and they got it. 2 outs. Wellman grounds out around the horn. 5-4-3 double play, and the error does not cost anything so far here. For the Brewers, Wilson is up, and Wilson is 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles. So Higuera will pitch to Wilson. He gets the pitcher's best friend. Higuera will deal. 3-4, wild pitch, ball 1. 5-3, walk plus. That'll walk Wilson on a 3 easily. That'll be ball 4. So Wilson reaches base for the 3rd time tonight. And the next batter is Pacoda. Pacoda is 0 for 3. We are in the 7th inning, and we are going to go ahead and make a change. Pacoda coming out of the game and coming in to pinch hit and take over at shortstop for the Royals will be Kurt Stillwell. 251 average, 10 homers, 53 RBIs. So Stillwell will now come into the game, and he has the same exact rating as Pacoda, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. Same exact rating, but Stillwell's a better hitter. So Stillwell will come in now and bat as the Royals will go to the bench here. 2 outs, top of the 7th, 2-1. Wilson, 35 stolen bases. That's a 17. He will not go. Higuera will now pitch to Stillwell. Higuera, 1-3, strikeout 11. That is just high. Stillwell, 6-3, and it's a fly ball to center field. And Yount is going to get there. He will make the catch and retire the side. No runs, no hits. There was an error. And we got a good game here going on, a 1-run game. Anything is still possible here at County Stadium. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next game will be tomorrow night here on the channel. It will be July 23rd, and we're going to take a trip to the stadium by the Three Rivers. Not the Two Rivers, not the Four Rivers, but the stadium by the Three Rivers. Tomorrow night, it'll be the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Tim Leary will go for the Dodgers, and John Smiley will be pitching for the Pirates. A big game in the National League. Dodgers are like the Mets, struggling, to really get that record up there like they actually had. The Pirates at the moment are tied for first in the National League East. So a good matchup tomorrow night. The Dodgers and the Pirates, Leary against Smiley. And that will be tomorrow night on Inside Pitch. As Larry Harris joins us here at County Stadium. Bottom of the seventh. Charlie Leibrandt has 5 more batters to face before fatigue. Bill Schrader due to lead off, but he's going to be pulled back as well. And coming on to pinch hit and take over at catcher will be B.J. Surhoff. 245 average, 5 homers, 38 RBI. So timeout as Surhoff will now make an appearance, and he is a better catcher. And let's see, 4.170, good range. So now B.J. Surhoff will take over at catcher to start the bottom of the 7th. Leibrandt with the pitch. 3-6, that is a blank. Surhoff, 6-6, and he grounds it right back to the pitcher. Leibrandt will handle it and throw it over to first. 1 down. Hamilton is next. And they're going to let him bat. If there was a runner on, I probably may put a pinch hit for him. Leibrandt 4-1. Possible error. Hamilton, who's 1 for 2 tonight, 4-1. That ball is hit to right field. That is a 5. And that's going to be a single into right field. Right fielder is Tartable. His error rating is a 6. And he's going to make an error out there. And Hamilton's going to get extra bases. So that's a single and an error. Hamilton automatically makes second. He has a chance for third. Tartable a 0 arm, a 1-3. Hamilton will take third. And he does not. They hold him at second base. So that's a base hit for Hamilton, his second hit of the night. And that is an E9. And that's the second error on the Royals, which allows an extra base. The batter now is Castillo. Castillo 1 for 2. Infield is still back. Leibrandt has no problem with the single, but the error given up there by Tartable in right. Hamilton on at second. Strategy rolls are still active. That is a 1. Hamilton got a chance to steal third. 14-0. And McFarland, a +1, be a 1-15. They're going to send him. Hamilton's going to try to take third. The throw down to third, a 1-14, he's safe. And he is. Hamilton steals third base. McFarland goes ahead and tried to get him out, but that'll be a stolen base for Hamilton. That's his second of the game. And now a big runner at third base. Infield will now come in as Hamilton gets a big stolen base there. Brewers playing some very aggressive ball. 16, nothing happening there. Leibrandt will pitch. Leibrandt, 2-6, that's a blank. Castillo, 4-6, that's a grounder to second base. They're going to hold Hamilton at third. The throw will go to first for out number 2. With the infield in, Hamilton does stay there. And Hamilton will stay. And now it gives a chance to Molly. So here's Molitor now with 2 outs. Molitor 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Fans here at County Stadium hoping for a big hit. Leibrandt running out of batters, but he still has some here. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 10. Leibrandt. 2-2, strikeout 1, and he got him. Holy cow, Molitor didn't strike out much against lefties, but he does here. 3 - 1 is 2. That is a one swing and a miss. Strikeout. And the inning is over. Third strikeout for Leibrandt. No runs, one hit, one error. But the Brewers cannot get the run in. Still 2-1, though, after 7. Top of inning number 8. Higuera is tired. Kevin Seitzer, the leadoff batter, and he is 1 for 3. And they're going to let Higuera pitch. He's one of the best pitchers the Brewers have. So Higuera will stay out there to see if he can get through the 8th inning. Higuera will pitch. 5-6, strikeout 15, that's high. Seitzer, 3-1, and he popped it up. And that's a pop fly ball in fair territory. That's a pop fly ball to first. Meyer will get it, 1 out. 1 down here is Mr. Brett, and he's 1 for 3. Higuera makes the deal. 5-4 against the lefty. That is a blank. Brett, 1-3, and he hits a fly ball to right, but it's not very deep. And Hamilton will get to that, 2 down. Tartabull is next. Tartabull 1 for 3. They're going to let Higuera pitch to Tartabull here. 2 men down. Fans here at County Stadium hoping for a good pitch. Higuera, 2-1, range play. Tartabull, 5-4. It's a base hit past short, but it's a range play for Swaim. His range is a 3. That is a 2. Nice play by Swaim. He stops it, throws to first, side retired. Swaim takes a single away from Tartabull. Tartabull tips his cap to him, knowing that was a great play. And we will go to the bottom of the 8th, another 3 up and 3 down. Jim Gantner leads off for the Brew Crew in the bottom of this 8th inning. He was the batter off when he was the batter that was there on the strikeout by Molitor. Actually, I don't know why I just said that. Didn't make any sense. Gantner's 1 for 3. Leibrandt will pitch to him. Leibrandt has one more batter he can face before he tires. Leibrandt with the pitch. 2-2, strikeout 10. That is high. Gantner, 1-3, and it's a grounder to second base, handled easily by Wellman. Leonard is up next, and he is 0 for 3. Leibrandt is now tired. They will let him pitch to Leibrandt. They're going to let him pitch to Leonard. This is 1988, not 2023. Leibrandt, 4-1, possible error. Leonard, 3-3. That's a single into right field. It's a base hit. Base hit to Tartabull. Tartabull's error rating is a 6. He won't make an error this time. He'll throw it in, and Leonard is on first with a single. First hit of the game for Leonard. Batter now is Yount. Yount is 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles. Leonard had 17 stolen bases. Checking a strat, and he will stay put. Yount actually gets the bunt sign, but you don't bunt when you got a 306 batting average up there. Leonard on at first. Leibrandt will pitch to Yount. Leibrandt, 3-4. Pitcher result. That's going to be it for Leibrandt, though. A righty, 1-4 is an out. The 10 is high. Yount, 3-2, and it's a base hit past second. That'll be a single. Leonard, he will make third on the play. On the hit past second, Yount goes to first. So a hit past second, Yount now 3 for 4. That is a pitcher result when he is tired, and that will be it for Leibrandt. He will be taken out. And now the batter is Swaim. And let's see if they're going to bring in here. Bottom of the 8th inning, 2-1. And the Royals, they're going to, let's see here who they're going to bring in. They're going to bring in a righty here. Coming on to pitch for the Royals will be Steve Farr. 5 wins, 4 losses, 20 saves, a 2.50 ERA. Farr had a very good year in 1988. Nothing wrong with a 2.50 ERA and 20 saves. He kind of split them with Montgomery. So Steve Farr will pitch to Swaim. The infield is going to come in. They do not want any runs to score. If they don't make a double play, the run comes in. Yount on at first. Strategy roll. 15. Yount stays put. Farr will now pitch to Swaim. A bridge too far. Thanks a lot. But a great movie, by the way, Brian B. And actually an excellent World War II flick. 6-5. That's a blank. He's not tired. Swaim. 3-6. It's a fly ball to center field. That's going to be caught by Wilson for out number 2. Swaim sacrifice fly of 1. He won't bring in Leonard that way. Leonard base runner 3. Wilson -1 arm. A 1-2. Leonard will score. That is a 3. He does not come in. 2 outs. They hold him. That would have been a big insurance run for the Brewers here in a tight game. And thank you very much, Mr. Price. I missed my calling, didn't I? Here's Meyer. Meyer is 1 for 3 with a double. Infield is now back. Strat, nothing on the 12. Farr will go ahead and pitch. Brewers trying to get a little bit extra help here. Low-scoring game tonight. Farr with the pitch. Farr, 1-6. Home run chance. Righty, 1-2. The 7 is too high. Meyer, 3-3. And it's a ground ball to short. It'll be handled by Stillwell. And the throw goes to first to get the out. Side retired. No runs, 2 hits. As both teams are getting runners in, but not getting many, getting runners on base, but not getting many across the plate. 2-1 after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? A bridge too far. And yes, that was a great film. Edward Fox was a lot of great actors in that film. Edward Fox was awesome as Horrocks. Top of the 9th inning, 2-1 Brewers. Frank White leading off. Higuera did his job. They will take him out, and the Brewers will go to the closer. And the closer for the Brewers that year was Dan Plesac. 1 win, 2 losses, 30 saves, a 2.41 ERA. Plesac's job, end the ball game. So here comes Dan Plesac. I also thought he was an underrated closer also. I felt he was pretty good. Leading off for the Royals will be Frank White, and he will he bat? I'm going to say he will. Yeah, he'll bat. Frank White will bat. 1 for 3 tonight. 2-1 Brew Crew. Top of the 9th inning. Fans here at County Stadium hoping the Brewers can get a win. Plesac, 4-2. Possible error. White, 3-3. Ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Swaim. His error rating is a 12. That's an 11, and that's going to go through the wickets. And another error in the ball game. That's going to be an E6 on Swaim. And the second error on the Brewers. So both teams have 2 errors tonight in a game where historically nobody made it. And the tying run is on base. Now an infield double play coming up, and here comes Bo Jackson. He will bat. He is 0 for 3, though. He has struck out all 3 times. Plesac knows he's just got to get a K result, and he'll go ahead and get him out. Strategy rolls are still on. And that's a 20. Plesac, he has a high bulk rating. And a bulk is called on Plesac, and that's going to put the tying run at second base. Plesac, a 1-18 bulk. That is a 17, and a bulk is called on Plesac, and White goes to second. Stadium now not happy with the call, but checking a replay, Plesac did step off the rubber in motion. So White will now go to second, and they'll re-roll the strat. And that's 5. Nothing happening this time. Tying run at second base. Did you expect the 1-2-3 closing inning? I didn't. Plesac will pitch to Jackson here. Infield is now back. Plesac, 5-6. He got it. Strikeout, and at 18, he struck him out. And Jackson gets the golden sombrero. 5-6 is a K, and against the lefty, Jackson's 27, and he gets Bo. Jackson strikes out all 4 times tonight. Did not do well against lefties when it came to that. Here comes McFarland. McFarland 0 for 3, but he did reach on an error. 1 out. White on at second base. And do they want to pitch to McNair? You gotta pitch to McFarland. You don't put the go-ahead run on base. Let him earn it. Plesac, strategy roll. Nothing. Plesac will pitch. Plesac, 2-3. Wild pitch. Yep, that's going to the backstop. And White is at third. And now a wild pitch thrown by Plesac. And now the tying run is 90 feet away. And now the infield has to come in. Plesac doing this on his own. An error, a balk, and a walk, and a wild pitch. And fans saying, come on, let's get this out. 1 out, top of the 9th, 2-1. Strategy roll, re-roll. That's a 4. White stays where he is. Plesac will pitch to McFarland. Plesac, 6-1. That's at the park. County Stadium, 6-1. It's a ground ball to second base. It's a grounder to second. The infield is in, which means White has a base runner of 0. He cannot come in. They hold him. The throw goes to first. 2 outs. So grounder to second base with the infield in. White has no chance at all because his base runner reduced to by 2, so he cannot score. The batter now is Brad Wellman. And not a bad hitter. Question if they're going to let him hit here, or the Royals going to go to the bench. And I think they are going to let him hit. So now 2 outs with the tying run at third. And now the batter is Brad Wellman. Wellman is 0 for 2, but he did walk. Plesac will pitch to him. 2 men down. Fans here at County Stadium hoping to get this game over. It's up to Plesac to get it done. Strategy roll. That's an 18. Nothing happening. You don't want a 20 because Plesac could probably balk in the run. Plesac will pitch. 6-3. That is at the park. County Stadium. 3-5. And it is a base hit to left field. This game is tied. Wellman hits one into left field. White will score. We're tied at 2. Stadium groans. RBI single by Wellman. And that's a base hit to left. Now the batter is Wilson. We got a tie game. So now Wellman on at first. And Plesac is now tired. He can only pitch to 4 batters before fatigue sets in. And they're going to let it, well, they're going to let him. They're going to bring him out. That's going to be it for Plesac. Wilson hits lefties a little better. And Plesac will come out of the game. So the Brewers, not really his fault that error really hurt. Let's see who the Brewers are going to bring out to pitch. They got a pretty decent bullpen themselves, too. Coming on to pitch for the Brewers will be Chuck Krim. 7 wins, 6 losses, 9 saves, a 2.91 ERA. Chuck Krim will be the third Brewer pitcher. Wellman on it first. 2 outs, strategy roll. That's a 2. Wellman does not get the steal sign. Krim will go ahead and pitch. Krim, 3-1, strikeout 16. That is high. Wilson, 4-6, and it's a single in the left field. That'll be a base hit for Wilson. Wellman, base runner 2. Single to left with 2 outs makes him a 3. Single to left -2. The only way he gets to third is on a 1. That is a 4. He'll hold it second. Runners at first and second as Wilson now gets a base hit. 9th inning Magic strikes again, and now the batter is Stillwell. Stillwell is 0 for 1. Krim will pitch to Stillwell. Nothing on the 19. Wellman, go ahead run at second. Wilson on at first. Fans here at County Stadium can't thought the Brewers are going to take this game here. 2-1 by Krim against the switch left. Walk plus. That 16 is ball 4. And now the bases are loaded as Krim walks Stillwell. The batter now is Seitzer with the bases loaded. And fans here at County Stadium saying, come on. But now Chuck Krim will have to pitch with bases loaded. Seitzer up there. He's 1 for 4. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 9. Krim will go ahead and pitch to Seitzer. 2 outs here. Top of the 9th. Tied at 2. Krim looking on. Seitzer waiting for a good pitch. Krim. 5-2, strikeout 16, that is high. Seitzer, 4-6, and it's a base hit to right field. That's a single. The Royals will take the lead. Wellman will score. Wilson, base runner 4, single to right, +1, a 1-5. He will score, and he does. Wilson comes in to score. That is a 2. Stillwell, base runner 3. He will get to third base. Seitzer goes to first. Royals take a 4-2 lead. Stadium barfs. Blah. 2 RBI single by Seitzer. Scores 2 runs. Stillwell takes third on the throw, and now it's 4-2 in favor of the Royals. And the stadium has gone silent here. And the batter is Brett, and this is a Game of the Year candidate now. Brett is 1 for 4. And bases, and now no strategy roll as the Royals now have a 4-2 lead with 2 outs. What an inning here for Kansas City. Krim will pitch to Brett. Krim, 4-4 against the lefty. Walk plus that 20 is ball 4. He walked Brett. 13 minus 3 is 10, but that's a 20. And he does walk plus, when a walk plus adds 10, and that makes him a 20, and the bases are loaded again. And the Brewer bullpen is just falling apart. And now here's Tartable. Tartable 1 for 4. 9th inning Magic strikes again. Bases loaded. Krim will pitch to Tartable. 2 outs. Fans here at County Stadium wondering what's going on. Strategy rolls are off. Krim, 6-2. Pitcher result, righty. 1-4 is an out. The 11 is high. Tartable, 4-6, and it's a ground ball to third. It'll be picked up by Castillo, and he's going to throw to second to get Brett and retire the side. The Royals send 9 men to the plate, 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, an error, a balk, and a wild pitch. And the Royals now lead it 4-2. But now will we see some bottom of the 9th inning magic? Not the first time the Brewers had a lead. Not the first time the Brewers had a lead going in the top of the 9th inning. Remember that game against the Yankees in the 79 division series? Bottom of the 9th now, 4-2. And leading off for the Brewers will be B.J. Surhoff. And he is 0 for 1. Farr had 20 saves. Do I let him close the game? The answer is yes. He's the closer. He will stay out there. Farr can pitch to 3 more batters before fatigue. So now Steve Farr is playing for the win. Farr will now pitch to Surhoff. Bottom of the 9th, 4-2. Farr, 3-2. Hit by pitch, 5. Nope, that is high. Surhoff, 1-6. And of course, it's a base hit past first, and the Brewers get the leadoff man on. Single for Surhoff. He gets on base. Now the batter is Hamilton. Unfortunately, the Brewer bench a little weak. Hamilton, however, we will see a pinch hitter for Hamilton. Hamilton's going to come out of the game. And coming on to pinch hit and take over in right field will be Jim Adducci, 266 average, a homer, 15 RBIs. So Adducci takes over in right, and he has a 0 arm, so I do not have to change the car. I do not have to change the base running card. However, he does have a lower range and a higher error rating, but the arm rating stays the same. So Surhoff on it first. Jim Adducci will pinch hit here. Infield is at double play. 4-2. Farr will pitch. Farr, 1-5. Wild pitch, yes, and it goes to the backstop. Surhoff goes to second. Wild pitch by Farr. That takes away the double play. And there's no strategy roll still. Surhoff now on at second. They will pitch to Adducci. He's the tying run. You don't put the tying run on base. Farr will go ahead and pitch. Farr, 6-6, range play. Adducci, 4-2, ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Gantner. His range is a 4. That is a 4. He makes the play. Not Gantner, I'm sorry. Second base is Wellman. I forget who's in the field. Wellman's range is a 3. That is a 4. It is a base hit past second. My bad. Surhoff, base runner 3. That'll be good enough. He will score. It's 4-3. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI single by Adducci. The batter now is Castillo. And he will bat. Castillo is 1 for 3, but now a 4-3 game here. As now Farr having a problem trying to close this game out. And nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. Adducci on it first. Strategy rolls are back on. That's a 1. Adducci does not get the steal sign, and he's not going anywhere. No hit and run here. Farr will go ahead and pitch. Farr, 3-2, hit by pitch, 18 is high. Castillo, 2-6, and it's a base hit past second. It's a single. Adducci will not make it to third. He will hold, and the winning run is on first. Nobody can close this game out. Stadium cheers. Yay! Now the infield goes in a double play. And now a chance for Molitor. Farr is tired. And the Royals are going to have to go to the bullpen, which they will do. So far coming out of the game, nobody can get this game done. And coming on to pitch for the Royals will be Jeff Montgomery. 7 wins, 2 losses, save a 3.45 ERA. Montgomery now got to try to get a save here. Runners at first and second, tying run at second base. Molitor 2 for 4. Infield a double play depth, 4-3. Royals will go ahead and pitch here. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 15. Montgomery will pitch. Montgomery 5-5 against the righty. That's a blank. Molitor 4-3, and it's a base hit to right field. That's a single for Molitor. Adducci, base runner 2. Single to right, +1. A 1-3. Adducci ties the game. He does tie game. Adducci comes to tie the game. That is a 3. Castillo has to hold at second. He will not go to third. This game is tied at 4. Stadium cheers. Yay! So now the batter is Gantner with the winning run at second base. Gantner 1 for 4. The Royals scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th. The Brewers have scored 2 here. 1 more, and that will do it. Tied at 4. Infield is at double play depth. They go talk to Montgomery. The fans here at County Stadium can't believe the Brewers coming back here. Montgomery will set up. Strategy roll. That's a 5. Nothing happening. Castillo says where he is. Montgomery looks on. McFarland gives him the sign. Gantner waiting for a good pitch. Montgomery with the pitch. 6-2. Wild pitch. 5. Yes, and the runners will move up. Montgomery throws one to the backstop. And now the winning run is 90 feet away on a wild pitch. Second wild pitch in the inning, and now the infield has to come in. And nobody out. And they are going to walk Gantner, which will bring in an infield double play chance, and they'll pitch to Jeffrey Leonard. So they walk Gantner, runner, and here comes Leonard. Leonard will bat. He is 1 for 4. Infield double play chance would be home to first. Montgomery sets up there. They're going to talk to him, see what he wants to do here. Castillo on at third, Molitor on at second, Gantner on at first. Infield is in, nobody out, bottom of the 9th. Leonard does have a little home run power. And he's 1 for 4. Fans here at County Stadium are loud. Strategy roll. That's an 8. Nothing happening. Bases stay put. Montgomery will now pitch to Leonard. Fans hoping for a good hit here. Montgomery with the pitch. 2-4. A possible error. Leonard. 3-3, and it's not going to matter. Leonard, a base hit to right field. That's going to be a single. The error won't matter. Castillo comes in to score. Brewers win the ball game. That's your game. Stadium cheers. Yay, yay. Castillo comes in to score. A single to right field. The error won't matter. Brewers win it 5-4 here in the bottom of the 9th. Three runs on 5 hits, 2 wild pitches and a walk. The Royals didn't get anybody out in the bottom of the 9th inning. What a win for the Brewers when it looked like it wasn't going to work. And the Brewers say, hey, remember that game against the Yankees? We can do it this time. And the Brewers come through and win this game 5-4 in the bottom of the ninth, scoring 3 runs of their own. What a victory for the Brewers here. And the Royals will drop back to 500, and the Brewers stay right there near the top. Brewers could be very interesting in the postseason. Final line score coming up. What a ball game. Definitely game of the year candidate. For the Brewers, 5 runs on 16 hits and 2 errors. For the Royals, 4 runs on 9 hits and on 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Chuck Krim. He'll get the win. Jeff Montgomery is going to wind up taking the loss in this one because the runner that scored was his. And that is the victory for the Brewers tonight. And you guys wonder why I like inside pitch. The best. A big victory for the Brewers. The Royals got 3 on 3 in the top of the ninth. The Brewers get 3 on 5 in the bottom of the ninth. And the Brewers will take the victory. 10-minute ticker coming right up. Do not go away. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Brewers will get a victory tonight, 5-4 over Kansas City in an unbelievable game here. Let's see how the rest of the majors does tonight. July 20th, Minnesota at Boston. Minnesota 7-16, that's 1. Red Sox 19-52, and that is 7, a win for the Bo Sox. Toronto at California. Blue Jays 20-34, that is 5. Angels 9-32, that's 3, a win for the Bluebirds. Cleveland at Oakland. Indians 5-65, that's 7. Oakland 15-11, that is 0. And another win for the Tribe. Detroit at Seattle. Detroit 10-62, and that is 7. Mariners 9-46, that is 5, and a win for the Cats. Giants and the Cubs. Giants and the Cubs. Giants 9-54, and that's 5. Cubs 9-34, and that is 3, a win for the G-Men. Astros and the Expos. Astros 7-45, and that's 4. Expos 6-54, and that's 5. That'll be a win for the Expos. Braves and the Phillies. Braves 10-42, and that's 4. Phillies 9-61, that is 6, a win for the Phils. Padres and the Pirates. Padres 3-12, that's 0. Pirates 3-65, and that is 7, and a win for the Bucks. Dodgers and the Cardinals. Dodgers 2-42, and that's 3. Cardinals 8-25, and that's 3. They will have extras. Dodgers roll a 3 plus 0. Cardinals roll a 4 plus 0. And that's going to be a win for the Redbirds. On to July 21st, White Sox and the Red Sox. White Sox 13-22, and that's 3. Red Sox 19-25, and that's 4. That'll be a win for the Bo Sox. Yankees and the Royals. Yankees 7-33, and that's 3. Royals 14-34, and that's 4. The Royals will get the win on the Yankees. Rangers and the Brewers. Rangers 2-52, and that's 4. Brewers 11-46, and that's 5. It'll be a win for the Brew Crew. Toronto at Seattle. Toronto 10-66, that's 10. Mariners 4-23, and that's 2. That will be a win for the Blue Jays. Padres and the Cubs. Padres 7-15, that is 1. Cubs 9-33, that's 3, and that will be a win for the Cubbies. Montreal and the Reds. Expos 5-22, and that's 2. Reds 7-24, that's also 2. We have extras. Montreal rolls a 4, -1 is 3. Reds roll a 6 plus 0. That game will belong to the Reds. Philadelphia and the Astros. Phillies 9-26, and that's 3. Astros 10-64, that will be 8. The Astros will get that win. Dodgers and the Pirates. Dodgers 5-42, that's 3. Pirates 0-44, and that's also 3. They will also have extras. Dodgers roll a 1 plus 0. Pirates roll a 1 plus 0. It is a tie. Home team gets it, and that will belong to the Pirates and extras. Giants and the Cardinals. Giants 11-33, and that's 4. Cardinals 7-65, and that's 8. And the Cardinals will beat the G-Men. On to July 22nd, White Sox at the Red Sox. Chi Sox 4-11, that's 0. Bo Sox 19-31, that is 4. And a win for the Bo Sox. Cleveland at Cali. Indians 13-12, and that's 1. Halos 9-56, that's going to be 6. And a win for the Halos. Yankees and the Royals. Yankees 20-56, that is 8. Royals 13-26, and that is 3. And that is a win for the Yankees. It is a win for the Yankees. Texas at Milwaukee. Rangers 5-16, and that's 1. Brewers 10-42, and that is 4. Another win for the Brew Crew. Brewers win 3 games tonight. Baltimore at Minnesota. Orioles -345, that's 2. Twins 15-51, and that is 6. That'll be a win for the Twins. Detroit at Oakland, 2 division leaders. Tigers 7-23, that is 2. Oakland 7-36, and that's 3. That will be a win for the A's. Toronto at Seattle. Toronto 17-24, and that is 4. Seattle with what Steeler fans' favorite player of all time on there, Bill No-Hitter Swift. Mariners 16-45, and that's a 6. That'll be a win for the M's, and I know Steeler fan will be very happy for Bill No-Hitter Swift. Padres and the Cubs. Padres 10-66, that's 10. Cubs 6-41, and that is 3. That will be a win for the Padres as Steeler fan. Now, is that a nice thing to say about your favorite player? Montreal and the Reds. Expos 2-24, that's 2. Reds 7-22, that's 2. They will have extras again. Montreal rolls a 6, -1 is 5. Cincinnati rolls a 1, +1 is 0. That's going to be a win for the Expos. Phillies and the Astros, as Steeler fan gives me the block dragon. Philly, 745, and that is 4. Astros 11-24, and that is 3. Now you see what happened when you gave me the block dragon. The Padres will beat the Phillies will beat the Astros. Braves and the Mets in a doubleheader. I would like to win both these games with Dwight Gooden and David Cone on the mound. Game 1, Atlanta 4-13, that is 0. Mets 16-44. And that is 6. I'll get a happy recap in the first game. Second game, Braves -124, and that is 1. And the Mets 14-53, and that is 6. And I'll have a happy recap for the entire doubleheader. Finally, Dodgers and the Pirates. We have these two tomorrow. Dodgers 11-16, that is 2. Pirates 4-66, that's 8. And that's a win for the Bucks. Giants and the Cardinals. Giants 641, and that's 3. Cardinals 554, and that is 5. That will be a win for the Redbirds. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be July 23rd. We will be at the stadium by the Three Rivers. The Los Angeles Dodgers will take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Tim Leary will go for the Dodgers, and John Smiley will go for the Pirates. A big matchup. The Dodgers trying to stay in the top 3. Pirates trying to hold on to first in the NL East. Very big games here as we're now in the playoff push. Dodgers, Pirates, Leary, and Smiley. Be there or be square. Brian B., Frank Rosenk, Albert Price, Sean 1113, Bob's Tabletop Sports, D. Scott Howard, Larry Harris, Legend Sports Universe, Doug Hunt, Chris DeMello, Brian Patterson, David Vega, and of course, Steeler Fan. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. I think this game deserved it. Subscribe if you've not done so. And make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Game of the Year candidate. Kansas City scores 3 in the top of the ninth. The Brewers score 3 in the bottom of the ninth, and the Brewers get the win 5-4 with some major ninth inning magic. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.